Hello you guys! Today we are going to talk about number 100 in our book, Low Down. Low Down is a little bit trickier than the previous song because there's going to be more practicing of skipping between notes rather than we say stepwise motion or going right next door. So we're going to get more practice readings like jumping from a space note to the next higher space or from a line note to like the next lower line. So seeing those jumps. So if we take a look at our first measure, our first note is G. It's in that bottom space. That is our home base for the G string. There is our G. But our next note isn't an A. It's not right next door. It's not hopping into that next line. It's a B. We're going to see how it's going to be jumping right to that next space. So our first measure of this song, G, B, G, B. We're going to go back and practice that in a second, okay? And then we see how in the next measure, we hop down a note. That B goes down to an A. A. But then in the next measure, we see that skip again. We start on an A, but we don't go right next door. We jump to a C, a third finger. A, C, we go down one note, B, B. Now, let's go to the next line. We're still going to be practicing a skip, but now we're going to be going from the higher note to the lower note. Fourth finger D, jumping to your second finger B, down to that space right below. D, B, D, B, up to C, C. And now this is going to be really familiar. Last 6 notes. D, C, B, A, G, G. Why is it familiar? Because that is basically the same ending as fourth finger D. Okay, so now let's practice those finger patterns. Because some of the trickiest skills for us to learn is to control groups of fingers moving together. So in this song, our first measure, we have G and B. So we have to practice going from no fingers to 2 fingers. Keep your fingers nice and strong and curvy, and practice some G's and B's. When you've done practicing that, let's practice our next pattern, which is A to C, 1 to 3. Let those 2 fingers come down together. And then our last little skipping pattern is from 4th finger D to 2nd finger B. So we have to practice getting our 3 and 4 to lift together at the same time. There you have it. So I would take some time and practice those patterns and kind of work in chunks. Make sure you know where you're going to after you play the pattern. You see that note going down or going up. And after you've practiced a little bit, feel free to join me with playing through, plucking, or with your bow. Elbow swinging under, curvy fingers, wrist is here, it's not here. Hanging down, 1, 2, ready, and... And that is Low Down number 100 in our Essential Elements book. Good luck with your finger skips.